Hi, it's Michael from Better Marks in Maths, and in this lesson I'm going to show you how to get started on or started with short division. So in example 1, this is a division sum and it's 4 divided by 2, or how many 2's in 4, and that's the easiest way to work these out. How many of whatever this number is in this number. So how many 2's are there in 4? And the answer is 2. And in example 2, how many 2's in 20? And you always work left to right with division, and you just do one number at a time. So how many 2's in 2? There's 1. How many 2's in 0? There are none. So how many 2's in 20? The answer is 10. Example 3, how many 2's in 32? How many 2's in 3? There's 1, and there's 1 left over, and you put that in front of the next number so that it looks like the number 12 now. And then you go, how many 2's in 12? And the answer is 6. So how many 2's in 32? The answer is 16. Example 4, how many 2's in 35? So how many 2's in 3? There's 1 and 1 left over. How many 2's in 15? There's 7 with 1 left over, and you can write that as remainder 1. So how many 2's in 35? There's 17 with 1 left over. Example 5, how many 2's in 215? How many 2's in 2? There's 1. How many 2's in 1? There are none, so make sure you put a 0. And because you haven't used that 1, you carry it. How many 2's in 15? There's 7 with 1 left over, so remainder 1. So how many 2's in 215? There's 107 with 1 left over. Example 6, how many 2's in 137? How many 2's in 1? There are none. Now you can put a 0 here if you like, and then because you haven't used that 1, carry it, and then go, how many 2's in 13? And the answer is 6 with 1 left over. And then how many 2's in 17? There's 8, and there's a remainder of 1. And you don't have to put that 0 there, but it kind of helps because then you've got an answer over the 1, and then the answer to how many 2's in 13, that answer goes over that or above that 3. So it's not incorrect to have a 0 there, but it's a good idea to get used to not writing a 0 there. But if you need to write that there for the first few, that's okay. Example 7, how many 2's in 406? How many 2's in 4? There are 2. How many 2's in 0? There are none, so putting a 0 there. How many 2's in 6? There are 3. And that's that one done. Example 8, how many 3's in 402? So how many 3's in 4? There's 1 with 1 left over. How many 3's in 10? There's 3 with 1 left over. And then how many 3's in 12? There's 4. So how many 3's in 402? The answer is 134. So that's the basic method of doing short division with remainders. And you've got to make sure that you get the remainders right. So if you're doing how many 3's in 4, for example, here's 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're really doing how many groups of 3 and 4. So there's one group of 3. So how many 3's in 4? There's 1. And what you're really doing then is going, well, that one group of 3 is 3. How many more do I have to add to get to this number here? And the answer is 1. And so that's your remainder 1. And if you had something like how many 5's in 7? How many 5's are there in 7? There's 1. So 1 5 is 5, and then counting up to the 7, there would be 2 left over. So that would be a remainder of 2. So you're always counting up to the number to work out the remainder. You're not counting backwards from a number that's more than that number, if that makes sense. So that's about it for this lesson, the basic method on how to do short division with and without remainders. And in the next couple of lessons, I'm going to show you how to make the remainders fractions and also how to make them decimals. So I'll see you in those lessons.